Sri Lanka Tourism is planning to cause quite a stir with the Visit Sri Lanka Year 2011 campaign. And the just concluded ICC Cricket World Cup was a blockbuster event in the calendar. But how are things looking from an insider's point of view when it comes to the travel and tourism industry overall? Are we on track to reach the target of 700,000 visitors this year? And how are we doing as far as our product is concerned? I caught up with Anura Devapura, General Manager of Mount Lavinia Hotel, to find out if he could shed light on these matters and more. Here are excerpts. We are well into our Visit Sri Lanka Year 2011. In your eyes, how is it panning out?
So far it has been good, and the target which was set by the President in 2016, the 2.5 million tourists, I think it's easily achievable. Last year I think 46% of growth, and if you go year on year for 30% of growth, that I think you achieved there. So there's a bright light into the tunnel, and how we get there is the issue, and on the way how we're going to manage this progress. And those are the key areas I think we need to look at it. But overall, what so far has been done by the public sector and also the private sector is involved, and they are also coming up. I think it's very encouraging what I see. I think at the same time that we need to give much more of awareness for our own citizens, what we do, why we do. Though we have send it out, every monthly event which is organized by the Tourism Promotion Bureau and so on. And I think it's need to get it to the grassroots level. This is where we're going.
So we've just finished hosting or co-hosting the ICC World Cup Cricket very successfully, I might add. No major glitches, no hitches, and no security lapses. What part has the World Cup played in enhancing Visit Sri Lanka Year 2011?
I think one of the major reasons, I feel, not in financially, I think mostly is that this is one of the, or if not the big event what we have, international event here that portrayed our country as a safe place. And this is very important. And this is something that I think we need to market it. We got our natural resources, we got a strong culture, we got flora, fauna, and the architecture, and name it. I mean, we got so many things to market it. But one of the priorities is now, after the war, that the consumer should feel that it's a safe place to travel. And that, I think, we achieved by having the World Cup, where from an outsider said, hey, this kind of big events happening there now. So which is good. On the other hand, in financially, I think, the hotel sector benefited. It gave a confidence for our own people, as well as people who came in to see and watch, say that, how beautiful place it's, that everybody's free. So that's, I think, in my view, overall achievement, other than having a big event and say, hey, we got the World Cup. But the important fact is that the people, whoever came in, or people who were millions of spectators watch only television, they feel it's a safe place.
Still staying on with sport in mind, we are now in the running to bid for the Commonwealth Games 2018. Are we ready for this? Are we prepared for this? Can we cope with the demands?
Yeah, it is a remarkable challenge. The whole country should support. Can we do this? Of course we can. We have done, I think, as a country, much more better things than this. Getting over with the whole mess that we had for 30 years. So it's possible, but I think everybody needs to be part of it, not from sideline. This is quite common in here in Sri Lanka. From sideline, you give your opinion, and it's always, majority of time, it's negative, and this is not what we need. We need to be supportive and be part of the process, and if the public and the private sector all together come along, anything can happen, anything can achieve.
There's also the negativity involved, Anura. There are allegations of foul play and corruption where national infrastructure development is concerned, and of course that is going to affect the outcome in the shorter, immediate term. If that is the case, how are we going to cope? Would we be ready for the 2018 Games?
It's not taking right. The criticism should be there constructively, and I don't think it should be political or a personal for personal favors or just get upset, or not childish remarks. And it's overall that you need to look at as a country, as educated people that who can discuss things and solve it or give your input. Look at a giant country like India. We had Commonwealth and they had a huge mess. And we are a little small nation. So it doesn't mean that we can't do it. We can do it even better, that we hopefully learn from others' mistakes.
We take a quick break now for some messages from our sponsors. When we return, more insights on the state of travel and tourism from Anura Devapura. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching the Big Picture Business Program, and we continue with more views and insights from Anura Devapura. How about city tourism, Anura? Are we ready for the influx of people? Is our infrastructure ready? Do we have enough entertainment to cope with?
We need to manage the entertainment development as well, where the night out and the from music to casinos and all this entertainment activities which could come up more and more into it, we need to manage well. And I think we laid out this reclaiming land on the close to the harbour. One area going to be like a nature place where the citizens can walk around. Plus the Colombo city has a lot of potential, and I think if we manage well, the progress until now is very promising. Is that at least clean. And we had a big issue, and I think Secretary explained why and how he did it, and probably needed a person like him to get bull by the horn and get these things done. The entertainment needed, no doubt about it. We need to find a fair balance of, it's a Buddhist country. I have a different opinion with, being Buddhism. It's within yourself. Everybody goes to temple and they pray and they practice. And however way it is, we need to have a balance of. We don't want to go overboard with one side of other, So those things needed for tourism.
We seem to be heading in the direction of getting our target of 700,000 tourist arrivals this year. But are we actually keeping track of the spend of these tourists rather than getting buoyant about the numbers who are arriving?
If you're looking at our new, with the numbers as well as with the new developments, it would be a good idea for performance mechanism to be set, which is not right now, where all these numbers comes from the airport immigration. What I would see, and I have been working around the world, about 13 countries before I came back to Sri Lanka. For example, like Puerto Rico, where I lived about 4 years, the Puerto Rico Tourism Promotion Bureau had access to data from the hotels, because they cluster everything and got it down into there, and we had a transparency. There was no that kind of issues came here, oh, he's looking my information and do that in this, all kind of stories. They work as a united a group, and that's the first thing, to be united. When you have those kind of information, you can take and analyze, say, hey, average rate from 5-star to 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, and the occupancy level, the behavior patterns. There's so much information that we can gather, which is not happening right now. So this is all in air. We said, oh, we got 700,000, and how much money we got. And those data doesn't, most probably other than the hotels, doesn't exist. So we want to cluster this and use it for advantage of our own country's tourism, not only individual hotels. I think that will help.
But Anura, look at our competing destinations like Kuala Lumpur, look at Bangkok, look at Cambodia, Vietnam. They're all working on a similar platform of attractions, but their room rates are relatively low and service standards definitely higher. So can we justify what we are charging?
If you're looking at in Colombo, right, I don't find the percentage of tourists comes in lesser than we get a corporate MICE, a market, mainly generating revenue in Colombo. Leisure tourists, which we always look at to Europe. We need to change this mindset as well. I mean, for them, yes, that's an issue, right? And that's an issue as well because of this minimum rate in Colombo area, that some of the other down south and some of the other areas in the country, they also raised, which is understandable. They've all been waiting, but they need to go in parallel with both products and services. So some lapses, some not, but they're always going to be hiccup when you bring it in. And I am confident that the industry, the hotel operators are very well aware of this. And if you don't deliver, it's like it's a one season thing.
So what would you say is Sri Lanka tourism's unique selling point?
The culture and our beauty of the country, and now on top of it, you can use as a marketing tool the safety. It's a safe country in which we had for 30 years. You can go from Jaffna to Galle, and you can explore the country because there's so much. I mean, from whale watching to the birds watching to we have everything here for unique. Now, yes, we need to have a vision of to round this and market it to the world. I think it's from step by step to go on. That's why I said previously, the safe country is a priority for us. We can say that, yeah, no, the whole world know that LTD is no longer here and we are safe. But there is a way to market it for the consumer's mind and still ask people, because some of the people are not aware of, not because of that our country didn't do anything, or because some of them they don't read, and who wants to travel here? Oh, or do we have still going on that? This thing. And those kind of questions come around still. So that's one. And the other way that we need to have a tourism policy of a vision of it as a destination. Put all these things together and market it as one destination. And that's what need to come up with the process. So the private sector knows and the public sector knows this is where we're going. This is what's our plan.
And that concludes our interview with Anura Devapura. It's time now for a quick commercial break, and on the other side, we tune in to Kunal Sharma, country manager of TNS Lanka, for a close look at why the public is feeling let down over our private sector's conduct. Stay with us.